All right, so we have planned our monthly view already using the Bright Summer Kit from my shop. So now I am ready to plan my goals and notes pages for the month of June. I'm sticking with the same collection, which is that Bright Summer collection, but this one's going to be for the dashboard page. Okay, so most of my structured is set up for my goals page and my dashboard page. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of these decorative elements from the Bright Summer decorative sheet from the weekly kit to add a little bit of something extra. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start filling it in, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with the habits. So for this month, I am working on 2 specific habits, and this is as a result of me being absolutely obsessed with 2 books that I've read recently. One is Atomic Habits, which you probably already heard about, and the other one is The Lazy Genius, which I am currently about halfway with it, and a couple of things. There's have been so many things that I've taken from those 2 things. And actually, as a matter of fact, the Lazy Genius author, Kendra Adachi, was one of the professors in Wild University. I'm still working my way through catching up through some of those contents, but that's definitely going to be one of my goals for this month. And if you're not familiar with what Wild University is, I've gone ahead and left a link in the description section if you want to go ahead and check it out. And it is just so worth it. It's sad that I don't take as much advantage of it as I probably should, but that's definitely on my goals to do for this month. So the 2 habits that I've really been cultivating or really fostering has been my PM routine and my AM routine. And actually, I shouldn't say AM routine because I haven't really started solidifying that. I really wanted to get more comfortable with the PM routine because it was the one that was going to give me the most, the one that I needed help with the most. I guess the AM routine, I also need help with the most as well, but I felt like I was going to get a big lift if I could get that PM routine under control or, with some sort of rhythm, then I was going to be able to obviously accomplish more. And I feel like I definitely have. So I'm going to continue to work on my PM routine. And this month, I really want to start building and tweaking my morning routine so that it is sustainable and I am able to really stick to it. So these two are really just my two main goals or habits that I want to continue to focus on. And now I'm just going to go ahead and carry them here so that I can measure them every day. Typically here, what I keep is things that I can do every single day to make some progress. And for my inspiration, I typically keep some sort of reading that I'm doing or some quotes from books that I'm reading or any other quotes that I find inspirational that keeps me on track for the month. And the one that I'm choosing for June is actually from The Lazy Genius, which is the magic question: what can I do now to make later easier? All right, and then in this space, I just keep it for monthly reflections to see how I've done against my goals and tasks for the month. So next, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my goals or task page. I'm not going to start with any particular order because I can't think of everything up at this moment. Usually I pre-plan this page, but I've started to maybe not spend so much time with that pre-planning because it does take a lot of time. I'd rather just go ahead and just dive in so that I can obviously get it done, because otherwise the perfectionist tendencies get the best of me. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting things as I think of them now, and as my month moves forward, I can go ahead and obviously add more things, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and add those major things that really are top of mind for me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start here at the bottom with learning, which is going to be two things that I want to focus on. I want to finish The Lazy Genius. I want to really dive into Wild You, obviously make sure that I'm putting up that content or absorbing that content. And then I'm also I've joined the Paper and Glam. I absolutely love Lisa Marie. I love the Paper and Glam community. I really haven't talked about that a whole lot because she did take a hiatus for the past year for obvious reasons. But I am so excited to dive into the book club. Is something that I've been wanting to do for years. It is on Patreon, and it is all about seasonal living. I can't speak today. Seasonal living, and also reading. And there's four different pillars that she has for Paper and Glams, but the one that I really enjoy the most are reading, obviously planning, and seasonal living as well. So I'm really, really excited to dive into that. And she's actually going to be having a Patreon community. Well, the book club is on Patreon. And also the seasonal living, which is launching pretty soon, is also on there. And I really cannot wait. I really think that it's the anchor that I really need to really, put me in the moment. So I am really excited about that. So that's what's going to be my learning goals for this month. So I'll have more on the Paper and Glam seasonal living because it is a masterclass. So I'm excited to really dive into that, as I mentioned. All right, so I am good with my learning goals for this month. I am going to move on to my home goals. And for this one, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I don't know yet exactly what I want to do specifically because I have so many ideas and so many projects for home, but definitely one of my biggest things is just the organization overall, which I absolutely love doing, but it's hard to find the time to create those systems. So I'm really committed to one organizational task to complete this month. All right, so I'll leave that one as that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to wellness. My goal here is going to be, since I'm gonna be working on building my morning routine, I really find a lot of value in exercising in the morning. So I want to incorporate some sort of activity as part of my daily morning routine. All right, so for fun, there is definitely a lot that we can take advantage of now in the community that we live in, because a lot of the things have opened up. I mean, it's still a lot of ways to go, but there is a lot of construction of new places and things to do. But one of the things that we have been taking advantage of is a summer concert series. So every weekend there is free live music down in the main area, and we have definitely been taking advantage of that. But I'm trying to think of what else we want to do for fun, especially during this season. And I'm thinking that probably like a beach day would definitely be a lot of fun too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to finances, and that's going to be pretty simple. Is basically make sure that I'm setting up my June budget, because don't tell anyone, I still not set up. For family, since it is my grandfather's birthday as well as Father's Day, I'm going to just list here to celebrate my grandfather as well as Father's Day. All right, so for work, it's going to be to work on some sort of professional development. I am pretty lucky that my company does provide a ton of professional development opportunities, and I do want to make sure that I find the time to take advantage of those. So that's going to be my one goal for this month. And then lastly, for personal, I got to think about this one. Actually, I don't know why I had to think about it, because it's really all about continuing to build those positive habit systems that I found so much value in so far. So that's what's going to be my goal. Right, so I really love how much more simpler this is, and really just focus on those big items that are really going to make my season a lot better. Since it is already, we're close to half to the month. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm so behind on this, but for good reasons. I'm going to go ahead and just draw a line here. I'm not going to focus on obviously the beginning of the month. I'll just focus from here on out. All right, so I added just a few more decorative elements. I absolutely love how this one turned out. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down in the comment section below. If you are new to my channel, I would so appreciate if you consider subscribing, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you can be notified each time that I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.